Ladies and gentlemen, filmmakers and moviegoers alike, welcome to Critically Casual, where I'm still trying to write out a tweet, and I'm hosting the show, and then over there next to me is Dev, who's amazing and awesome and always here. Hi, Dev.
Hi. Why'd you add the last part?
Because you are always here.
Okay. Just making sure. Um, no, I'm part of me wants to take off really quick and go grab my coffee from the fridge.
Oh, that would be funny. I'll go for
All right.
it. He's always here, and then he walks away. Perfect. Exactly what we were going for to start. Me not writing out a tweet, and then both of us leaving. I'm walking away. I'm just kidding. Today's an interesting day for anyone here. Obviously, you've noticed we're here. It's a Tuesday. It's a different time. And it's crazy. And it's crazy. It's not really much different. It's just us at a different time on a different day. And we're both tired because we didn't just both wake up. No, we've been here the whole time. Completely ready for the show. No problems. Right, Dev? Right. Oh, what?
I'm not hoping to change what day this is in the future.
Yeah, nothing at all. There's suddenly a cat who opened up my door and is in here. But that's fine. Hi, Dev. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Doing all right. Just, it's showtime, and, I'm tired, but all's right in the world, I guess. So, I'm just going to get us started up here, and I'm going to just talk about today's episode, which, this week, because I'm so clever and amazingly original, and didn't think of this 20 minutes ago, I decided to call the show They're Different. Yay.
What?
Because different than what you think they are, or they're different people now, or, just random stuff. So yeah, they're different. We're talking about Angry Birds, because, they're different birds. And then Sonic the Hedgehog too, because that's a different kind of hedgehog.
Okay. This is reality now.
Yep. Where we are. World we exist in. So let's get in here, unless there's any final words before we start talking about the movie. No final words?
No.
All right.
Let's just get in.
Let's get in there. We're starting to talk about our first movie today, which is the Angry Birds movie.
Yay.
Wasn't it fun?
Released May 20th of 2016 with a budget of $73 million. It opened with 38, grossed in the US 107, and worldwide 352 million because there is no God.
We've already seen the sequel to this movie, so we don't have to worry about a sequel coming out.
Uh-huh. Yay. Yay us.
Yay, us. So yeah, let's
Our Marvel connection is Peter Dinklage, who plays Mighty Eagle.
Mighty Eagle.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I did not enjoy this.
No? Not even the slightest bit?
I don't really know. I just kind of sat there and watched it and just, let it happen, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's a movie. I'm not saying it's the worst movie, okay? Don't get me wrong. It's just, it feels very drawn out and nothing happens until the end.
I mean, what do you expect from a game movie? And the game is just pull, release, pull, release, pull, release. Like, there's not much plot there.
I know. I'm not saying there is. Don't get me wrong. But, they could have done more. I don't know.
I mean, you're not wrong. They definitely could have done a lot more. This movie is just filled with random references that don't make sense and dumb jokes that are kind of okay. There were, to me, two impressive moments when it came to the cinematography, the stuff we were seeing on screen. but that's just, doesn't really change much when the rest of the movie isn't very good. The two scenes I was thinking of specifically is when the pigs are attacking Bird Island and like taking everything, and everything's falling apart as they do like the Avengers circle 360, take a look at everybody as chaos is unfolding around them type thing. Which I thought that was pretty interestingly done. And the only reason why it really caught my attention is it looks like they used a different renderer. Like it just looked like the images, everything technically was the exact same model, but something about it seemed different. Like they had more frames in it, or they just spent more time with it, or something to be able to make that stand out. And it does stand out for sure. That's one of the bigger scenes. And then the end of the movie, where the fighting happens, that was also interesting visually, but ultimately did nothing, I guess. So like this movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this, like, it's one of those movies where it's just kind of there, I guess. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It like it just kind of meanders into its existence.
I mean, and it
Uh
tries to teach us an interesting story about like people. Just because they're
oh,
angry, it doesn't mean they're bad people. Or
you know how I figured out this being?
Hmm.
This is like the Grinch.
It's fairly similar. The only difference is in the Grinch, he actually changes, while in this movie, nothing really changes about our main character. It's just the only difference is now he has friends. He doesn't become less angry. Hell, he's barely even shown as angry in this movie. Like, sure, he does things from time to time, but I mean, that just seems like your normal, average, everyday person to me. Like, who wouldn't be upset that some
What?
random stranger
No.
broke his house? Like, not once, but twice. Who wouldn't be upset that, people are obnoxious and yelling in your face?
Or giving you impossible deadlines.
Made it. No impossible deadlines here today.
Yeah.
um, like I said, lots of random stuff. I don't know why the hell there's a mime. Like that's an old joke back in the 2000s. So now it's even older here in 2016, and now even older
And
in
even
2020.
older now watching in 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the freaking references to Stephen King. We've got
That one came out of nowhere.
yeah, that absolutely came out of nowhere. They've got stupid country music segments. They've got sure they've got the video game mechanics and whatnot, but they don't do anything for the movie until the final battle when most of it's like said and done. And then the final battle itself only takes place for like, I don't know, 15 minutes at most. And the rest of it's just back to the silly haha goofiness.
Yup. Yep. No, I mean, that's the best way. That's the only way you really could put this. And like, I don't have much more to add because there isn't much more to add from it. Like, yeah, that's the thing.
But what about the Lake of Wiz? Dumb.
Yeah, that was dumb, and I hate the movie for it.
Or, I mean, all these stupid stuff from. You gotta love the speedster moments, or
Do I?
no.
Excuse me. I've seen it done better. Even I'm gonna say this. Even Zack Snyder has done it better.
Even though Zack Snyder just stole it from another movie.
Yeah, but he still did it better. So, yeah.
Hug Trader, yeah, I don't know why he was.
Yeah, that doesn't really pay off as a bit.
Like they do it 4 times. I remember they do it 3 times in the beginning, and then the end of the movie where he's actually hugged by a group of ladies.
But is that like my thing about that is that really a payoff?
No.
A payoff would have been Red hugging them.
Yes. That would have been better. Red going over and hugging him, but them. We don't know what gender that is. um. Oh yeah. I thought it was weird too that like the opening of the movie almost starts with a murder. But then they make sure to show that the even at the end of the movie, after all the want and destruction, no one technically died.
Yeah, no one popped at the end.
Yep.
It's not accurate to the games. Which, I mean, technically, it's not, but whatever. I don't know how you make it accurate to the games.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna ever add popping, exploding. As fun as it would be.
Yeah.
Though I do feel like the whole, in the next movie, how they have the whole storyline with
No.
3 little chicks.
Oh, that. Okay, yeah, that was sorely lacking.
In this movie, I feel like that's where they get the idea for it, is because now they have the chicks who are probably, in all honesty, the best part of this movie, even though they weren't intentionally funny. I mean, maybe they were intentionally funny, but like, just the adorableness was the best part of it all, I guess. Even though they weren't even adorable.
Yes. I don't even want to give them that in this. I'm not gonna lie, they weren't that great in this even.
What about we got a time lapse segment where they didn't even leave the location once because he was passed out and crying the whole time. That was interesting. I'm just trying to fill in the space at this point. Like, there are interesting things that happen from time to time, but it's all just a bunch of kids movie with a bunch of random kid stuff. It doesn't have the best storyline. It doesn't have the best characters. They're all just silly. And then that's the end of the movie.
They?
I mean, they're definitely not serious. So,
well, I mean, yes, but at the same time, like, I don't know. That's not what I think of when I think of silly. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm. It's kid silly.
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel like Kid Silly's better than this.
You stopped being a kid like 10 years ago.
Doesn't mean I can't, like, enjoy Kid Silly.
Heck, even like, there's that one moment where
Teen Titans Go is Kid Silly.
I'd say this has pretty similar vibe.
Does it?
I'd say so. Oh.
It's done better over there.
I mean, I'd say the difference there and here is at least that one has a better, like, more cohesive, like, A to B type story thing.
Yeah.
But even then, there's still kind of charming things from time to time with this.
What was charming to you, Steven?
Their attention to detail and like I said, I did
What
like
detail?
There's at least one scene where after the catapulting happens, that one sneezy guy slams into the sign, the Calvin swine. That's a pun. And then he slides down, and then there's snot on the billboard, and then the rest of the movie you'll see a snotty billboard in the background. That's some detail.
You know, I kind of hate that that's the detail that you're noticing.
It's only literally because I'm flipping through screenshots and I'm like, oh, I just noticed that. It's actually in the background, like 4 and 5 different pictures.
Then does it count? You have to be on IMDb to catch it.
Do you think the chicks at the end of the movie are the same ones from the beginning of the next movie?
No, because they're not blue in the next movie.
I wonder what Terrence did.
I mean, I could care less.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, I could. You're kind of. It seems like you've already checked out of this movie and you're ready moved on.
I checked out of this movie while watching it, Steven. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's tough for me to remember what happened in this movie because it has left such little imprint on me.
But they're birds, and they're angry.
Are they?
No, only one bird is angry, and even then, he's not really angry.
He?
Yeah, he's just casually annoyed, but everyone else is happy. See what this is? It's a movie trying to teach the kids to not go with the status quo, but to question everything.
Is
it? No. It's definitely a movie that they tried to put a lesson into, but they ultimately didn't really.
Yeah, because I was gonna be like, what lesson? What lesson do you get out of this movie? Nothing.
That angry people are good people too. They just need the right circumstances to thrive. Just like you, Dev. It should be its.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Fucking hate it here.
I understand. Alrighty then. Let me just give you your popcorn kernels. You've got 10 of them.
I'm giving it a 5.
5. Even after all of it checked out, it's still just an average movie?
Yeah. It's a very average movie.
Does that include the kids' point since it's
yes.
Okay. Alright.
Up.
Yeah, I'm giving this 5 as well. So. With the kids' point.
Wow. Even with the kids' point?
Huh?
Just an average? You enjoyed the detail though, Steven.
See, the difference is I actually talked about things I liked, so it's an average movie. You're like, this movie, there's nothing.
An average movie for me could not have things I like in it. I'm not saying it's not a below average movie. It's just it like the thing is it exists.
And it got a sequel. And it made lots of money.
And we're gonna have to rank it.
Huh?
Do we want to rank it now, or do we want to do it when we do Sonic?
Yeah, we can do it now. Might as well. Don't have to go through the full list multiple times. You can go through it once. We'll rank each movie, then we'll go over again at the end. How about that?
All right, let's do it on the next movie.
All right, fine. Never mind. My judgment's fine.
it's easier for me to remember where things are. I know I can see it, but when I read it, I can like visualize why we put things certain places, if that makes sense.
Sure. I guess that's fine.
Cool.
Well, any last question I have before we move on. Favorite voice actor in this?
Oh, go fuck yourself, man. I don't know. This whole movie had fucking Josh Gad in it the entire time. I'm not a fan of Josh Gad. Like, that's all. It drove me up the fucking wall. That you just give a character that just talks nonsensically the entire time. Like, I kind of clocked out. I don't care about any performance in this because Josh Gad is in my ear the entire time. Is that fair? Is that fair?
It is your thought and opinion. Yeah, that's fair.
Because, like, there are people I enjoy in this movie. Jason Sudeikis, Danny McBride, Maya Rudolph, Bill Hader, Peter Dinklage, like, Keegan-Michael Key. Like, they're great fucking actors that I enjoy. But the entire time I have to deal with Josh fucking Gad.
At least he's not a frozen, adorable snowman.
I'd rather deal with him there.
All right, then.
Do you have a favorite one?
Yes, actually. I actually really enjoyed Keegan-Michael Key in this movie. I like thinking about him as an actor. I think he does, like, he's a great comedian, but I haven't really enjoyed any of these like movie roles. And he does okay in this one, and I think that's partially just because he's not doing like the super animated comedy acting that comes with it normally. Like he's just he's just talking, and sure, he still has like that same inflection, like he's doing his normal comedy routine, but it works better in the animated form than it does in physical, I believe, when it comes to movies at least. So I liked him in this movie.
Fair enough.
Maya Rudolph is always fun, but I didn't like her character Matilda. I just thought that was stupid. The anger management person who suffers from anger management issues.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Mm-hmm. And because she suppresses all of her anger deep down inside, I'm assuming that's their explanation for the explosive eggs. Uh-huh. But that's just an
It's
assumption.
just because it's a reference in the games.
I know. But they had to try and make it make sense somehow. Especially because it just happens. They're like, oh, my teacher can shoot exploding eggs out her butt. Time to move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that.
There was also, what was it? The whole, I can't remember why it happened, but that giant shockwave that was released. Remember what happened? Was it bomb exploding?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he did it willingly, it was a lot more powerful. Okay. Yeah, I got nothing else now. We can move on if you're interested in moving on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Want to get
talk
to
wrestling I enjoy.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's get to the main event, the reason why everybody's here. Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Which released on April 8th, 2022. I don't have a budget, but I do have opening weekend, which made $72 million in its current gross in US and Canada, and worldwide so far $142 million. And I'm going to say this.
Huh?
This is the best video game movie ever made.
I don't agree, but we can get there.
All right, fair enough. Why? Why don't you agree?
Because, sure, this is a video game movie. Sure, there's a bunch of silly moments that are perfectly encapsulated from the game to the movie. But, like, still, I'm gonna just judge this based off of it being a movie, and there's a bunch of stupid shit that happens that, like, just that's counterintuitive to stuff that's already happened in the movie. Or just literally seen seconds later, it's just like, oh. Like, for instance, the very beginning of this movie. Well, not the very beginning of this movie. I liked the very beginning with Dr. Robotnik's, MacGyver machine. Rube Goldberg machine, sorry. Like, I thought that was cute. But then once we start getting the action going and things start happening, like, we get introduced to Knuckles, and Sonic meets him, and then a confrontation happens, and Sonic's, like, doing his best. He's charging in there. He's doing his super speed thing with all the electrical energy. And Knuckles just tanks it, just blocks it, can just punch Sonic, no problem. He can keep up with the blue blur, no problem, up until a car shows up and hits him, which is a lot slower than Sonic.
Yeah, but it comes out of nowhere.
But it's a lot slower than Sonic. Like, if he could keep up with Sonic, who's standing in place and then suddenly darting at you instantly with no remorse, and he could just, yep, all's fine, all's right in the world, and then a car driving at, I don't know, we'll say 75, maybe 100 to give Tails the benefit of the doubt. Like, there's literally an explosion of light. Like,
it's also heavier.
But it doesn't matter with... I was about to go into science. Science doesn't exist in this world. It's fine.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay, yes, because the force behind it is stronger, okay, yes, I get that. But...
Also, like the snowboarding scene. Sure, it was cute and fun, but we could literally see that he could run faster than things can move. So the snowboarding scene adds tension for no reason, just because it's silly and fun.
You are like fun.
Basically, it's just, this movie was entertaining, but it was also stupid. And my camera just shut.
I think the gods have chosen who wins this argument.
I knew you were going to say something like that.
Obviously.
Why is it different now?
Obviously, we know who's in the right here. As I am in the lights, and he is in the dark.
Uh-huh. Oh. That was annoying.
Looks normal now.
It's close enough, yeah.
Anyways, yes. Like, I don't know what you expected then. Because, like...
Here's, okay, I know I was walking in expecting stupid shit. And this movie was specifically just made to entertain the general kid audience. I get that. But it's just that, like, it was fun, it was goofy, the characters were fine, the cinematography was fine, the storyline was fine, all of it was fine. It's just, the common sense department was lacking to me.
Dude, it's a hedgehog that is the fastest creature in the universe.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Hmm? Sometimes. Not every moment in this movie.
What do you mean?
See, like, he's the fastest thing in the universe, yet he, like, sure, he can pull the Flash and be like, yeah, I'm only gonna go 10% of my speed and still be the fastest thing out there. But then, like, we get to the climax of the film, and he's like, okay, with your smarts and your strength and my speed, we could do this. But then we see them all going the exact same speed. And
yeah, because they're talking.
And
at the start.
Yeah, it's just they're like, to me in that instance, sure, they're talking and they need to communicate at that point. But then once they break away to do their own things, nothing looks different about how fast Sonic is compared to the other. The only time we get like an interesting he's going faster than everything else in the world is during the snowboarding scene when he only does it to dodge rockets and missiles and stuff. And then immediately he's like, I don't need to go faster and get out of any danger at all. I'm just going to go back to snowboarding because it's fun. And, like, I understand that he's a kid trying to do an adventure, but they just changed the consistency, I feel like, of the rules and how smart he is and what's going on continuously through this movie.
I don't think they changed the rules. I think they just, like, he's just not going the fastest all the time.
Like,
I'm going to lie. Steven, I'm not going to lie. It would have been a very boring movie if he just went super speed the entire time.
Yeah, but a lot of the conflicts in this movie would have been resolved. Like, hell, we're in this place where we're eating a shit ton of food, and then we say something wrong because my translator's not working. So instead of just running to grab the map and running out of there with Tails, because, you know, we're faster than people, we're going to go into a dance-off. And then not realize we're in a dance-off until halfway through the dance-off, really. Like, it's silly, it's entertaining, it's a great kids movie, sure. Is it better than Detective Pikachu? No.
I think from a video game standpoint, it is. Or it's at least on par. Because, like, the amount of fucking shit they managed to, like, coherently put into this movie that is deep Sonic lore, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that the war between the owls and the echidna is brought up and makes sense in this movie, like, as history. And you understand it, and you're like, wow, that honestly didn't feel forced. It kind of feels like it's a continuation from the first movie, actually. Like, is honestly impressive because of how much shit is in this movie that is Sonic lore and actually works. Is insane to me. I'm not even a big Sonic person, and I'm like, wow, I coherently understood this movie and understood the references to the games that actually worked really well in this. I'm dumbfounded. And in some ways, they did some really cute ways to introduce some things, like the fucking airplane. Like, it's just, I think that works perfectly. That it's shown up earlier in the movie, and they get to use it. I'm like, yo, cool. Like,
there are silly dumb things that I liked, but also some of the silly lore stuff had me questioning. Like, from our perspective in the movie, in both movies, we get it from Sonic's perspective, where Sonic is running around the island, and then he runs back to Longclaw, where there. This is the first movie, by the way, for anyone who's paying attention. Like I'm not. Uh, um, they run through. He runs through the island. He runs up to the Long Claw. They do their talking thing, and then they're attacked by the echidnas. And we're led to believe in that moment that it was Sonic doing his super speedy thing that led to the echidnas attacking Longclaw and Longclaw sending him off to Earth to grow up and do his own thing. Then years later, movie 1 happens. But then we get movie 2, where Knuckles is like, on that day when Longclaw was attacked, my entire family tribe was killed. And um it's interesting, so interesting that I think I would have rather seen Longclaw kill like 20, 30 echidnas before dying, you know? And then, like, I wonder what Knuckles' life was like. I mean, sure, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And some would say that might be a good thing that has me asking questions like this, but then I don't feel like these are good questions, especially because I'm stupid. So,
You know that like they're making a Knuckles show, right?
no.
So they're going to go. They're probably going to go into Knuckles' story doing that. So, um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's that.
But it wasn't in this movie. But still, like that doesn't me bringing that up though. That I brought it up just because it had me wondering about other things that are happening. But it doesn't really that specific argument doesn't specifically detract from my overall viewing pleasure of this movie. It's just something that popped in my mind. But there were
Right.
other things that I thought were good and funny that were enjoyable. Like I loved the freaking wedding, all like basically the whole wedding. I love that segment, especially the part where Rachel does the golf cart step out while it's drifting thing. That was fun and funny. I enjoyed that. Um, I liked, and also there are parts of me that liked Knuckles and parts of me that didn't like Knuckles. Like there's a kind of little charm to the way he talks and reacts and does things, but it reminds me of Thor, and everyone didn't like the original Thor. Not everyone. I'm exaggerating there.
I'm more looking at it like, wait, no, the original Thor movie's not bad. Like, how dare you?
No, it's not a bad movie, but nobody really liked Thor until Thor Ragnarok, Thor 3, where he became basically a different character.
I liked it because it's very accurate to the games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Because do you want to know the big thing about Knuckles?
What's that?
He's a dumbass.
He's strong. He's not smart.
No, it's not even that. It's just he's a dumbass. You know how many times he gets tricked to losing the emeralds in the games?
Probably often.
Yes. All the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a normal occurrence at this point. So, like, him getting tricked by Robotnik made perfect sense. I was like, you did it, movie. You did. The thing is, Steven, I think you hold this movie to a weight. You sometimes hold some movies of similar calibers to higher standards than others.
Uh-huh.
Like, if we're putting these into, like, the video game movie category, okay? I feel like you are harsher on this than you are on Angry Birds, which Angry Birds is a far worse movie.
It is, yes. It's a far worse movie. So there's nothing good to like. I've told you this in the past. I nitpick things that I enjoy because there's so much good that the bad just stands out.
I never get that. I know you've said it. It's just, I never get it because it's just like, it makes me feel like you don't enjoy it.
But I do. But I don't. But I do. But I do.
It makes me feel like you didn't have a good time, and it makes me sad because I really enjoyed this. And I would put this at least at number 2 on the list when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Because like it made me feel like Detective Pikachu felt.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense that like you took what is arguably some dense fucking lore and like a not an easy topic to like jump right into in the worlds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you made it make sense. You introduced things that like worked, and it was enjoyable and a good time, and visually really fun.
Yeah.
Idris Elba is also our Marvel connection of the day, by the way, folks.
Woo! Elba. Oh yeah. Um, it was enjoyable. So like I know this is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So characters I could have done without probably would be Wade. Need Wade. He was a silly and dumb and was only in here because he was funny in the first movie, which understandable. That's most bit parts. But we didn't need him because he was a bit part. Let's see. Let's see. I still think best part of this movie, kind of like the last Sonic movie, was Jim Carrey. Though in this one he seemed less unhinged, even though he was stranded on a mushroom planet by himself for over a year. Almost a year, not over a year. 200 and some odd days.
Huh?
One thing I did enjoy, I know it's from the games, but I like how the Master Emerald inverted the colors of whoever was holding it. So Robotnik goes from black and red to black and green, and his robot, its inverse color is green, and then when it's not, it's red again, and then when Sonic gets it, you know, video game stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Way to spoil.
and then let's see other things about that won't get me yelled. I'm just kidding. I wonder too, like I enjoyed the trap segment with Knuckles and Robotnik. And then I didn't enjoy the trap segment when it involved Sonic. Like I understand it was part of the joke, but then again he's doing his super speed thing while he's trying to get through the maze, so how do the traps work against him? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Movie's got a video game movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, he was just running through the traps and fine, like, because he was activating all of them.
Yeah, he was activating all of them, but they all should have activated about 200 feet behind him.
I mean, maybe it's set up so that it reacts to like speed people too.
I think it's silly though. Like, if you were to ask me to develop a thing where it's protecting this super object or whatever, and it's supposed to house it so no one evil could do anything, I would not come up with a way to find it. I would not come up with a way to like get the thing easily in any way, shape, or form. Like if this thing's being locked away forever, it's being locked away forever with no easy way to access it. I understand that's how movies work still. I just think that's a silly trope that probably should be fixed at some point in the future.
Sometimes you want to know where it is though, so that like you can pass down to generations that like, hey, this is where you need to go to defend it.
I'll give you that. I mean, no one knew where the one where on Earth was, even with all the modern technology, even though it was just off the coast of some island. But definitely need a way to find it.
Why are you so critical?
It's almost like it's the name of the show.
I know, but it's just, damn it, man. Like, you have no fun. I don't know how you have fun.
I had a lot of fun.
I don't get it.
It's almost like you forget that I enjoy picking apart movies.
I don't know why.
stupid fun time.
Because I don't. I enjoy movies. You know me. I usually the only times I pick apart movies is when they are genuinely bad.
See, when a movie is just genuinely bad for me, there's almost no point in talking about the bad stuff because the whole movie's just bad. Everything's backwards with me, remember? I liked it. Terrible review. 7 out of 10 stars.
It makes no sense because I'm like, because it feels like we have no common ground, but we're gonna have a similar rating, and I hate you for it. Because like, I genuinely found this really enjoyable, and I had a blast
It
the
was
entire
enjoyable.
time. I have no complaints.
It was enjoyable. It was also just kind of dumb.
Why does it have to be smart?
It doesn't have to be smart. This could use a little more. That's the word I'm thinking of. Consistency.
It was consistent though. Like, the movie you're thinking of is boring as shit. Sonic just gotta go fast all the time. Why isn't he going his top speed all the time? Oh, we can resolve this with him just doing the top speed. He's a kid! He wants to have fun!
Hell, even like the fight scene towards the end of the movie, where Knuckles is fighting Sonic, and Knuckles is like, I'm gonna punch the shit out of you, and just keeps missing because Sonic is like, I'm faster than you suddenly. Until suddenly he's not.
He's been faster than him! The entire time!
Until he's not, and then gets punched in the face again anyways.
You could be fast and still get hit!
Not the Flash.
The Flash gets fucking hit all the time. You want inconsistency? Do anything Flash related.
I was about to say, anything Flash related is automatically inconsistent because he's basically the most overpowered hero in that universe.
So, like, trust me when I say that Sonic is not that inconsistent with the speed, okay?
He needs to be faster. No, like another question I have, just because, like, it's not a bad question once again, but still, like, I'm totally fine with Sonic being able to run across water and like running across the waves and stuff. But then the question is, how did he make it to the island when he blacked out? How much time passed between the two? You know, like, what if he woke up from crossing the ocean and Robotnik already destroyed the world? Like, it's convenient that it just happened to work out. Especially
oh my
too,
God,
like,
I'm sorry there needs to be convenience occasionally in a movie.
especially
for the
too,
movie
like,
to happen.
Like, in Siberia.
Jesus Christ, this is always your fucking complaint is there was a convenience. You know what? Conveniences happen in life too, Steven.
I don't believe you.
You want to know what's convenient? Literally last night in RP, realizing that we're going to start a fucking bar and that one of the crews literally runs a shipping company that get us supplies for a bar. And that I've been friends with them for a bit. And they're in on the idea. That is convenience. Anything that happens to me in RP has been convenience, Steven.
But the difference.
It was convenient that Maka helped me the second or third day I was in city. It was convenient I met Roscoe and he told me about chop shops. But I would have never met Maka.
The difference between convenience in real life and convenience in a movie is lazy writing to me.
But it's not.
Like, if a thing is happening in a movie, I feel like it should be like, hey, he found the compass in Siberia. He teleported all the way across the world to Hawaii. But thankfully, that skybeam is not very far from Hawaii, so that's good. That's convenient. Wow.
I mean, then the movie doesn't happen.
Not this movie. No. Like, I will agree with you there. If my critiques, the things that I think are stupid, are corrected, you are correct. Like, this would not be a good kids movie. It'd probably just be a terrible movie altogether. It wouldn't even be a movie because it'd be like, hey, we have a problem. Sonic, no, we don't. All's fixed. Okay, cool. End of the movie. Like, and I think that's part of the problem with this. Not necessarily that it is a major problem. Like, I would probably give it like it's a 20% problem, maybe. Where, like, the character, based off of what we understand about him, makes most of the conflict in this movie irrational. Like, it could be avoided if he just thought things through a little bit differently. And I understand he's a kid.
But he's a kid!
I understand he's a kid, so he's not quite thinking things through clearly. But still, like, I feel like they should have changed the plot where it didn't hinge on him not using his abilities fully.
Then you just want an adult Sonic movie.
Sure. Adult animation's pretty good, so...
Go to fucking DeviantArt then. That's where you belong.
No. I was more thinking towards, like, Invincible, Legends of Vox Machina. But
I'm just saying it though, like were you rational at 12?
I feel like...
Sorry, wrong button.
You tried. You censored your sneeze. It's fine. Like, I feel like the problem with that though is, no, I wasn't rational at 12. No kid is rational when they're younger. But that, to me, shouldn't raise this.
You want them to act like an adult while being a kid.
Not quite. I mean, sure, that's how you see it, but that's not how I'm thinking of it. Like, I just wish it was a different conflict. Like, what if Sonic's powers, sure, he's the fastest person in the world, but his speed powers can't solve anything in the universe, whatever. Like, the whole conflict has nothing to do with his ability to go fast. It has something else to do with him needing help. And now that he's developed his triad of people helping him, then they can finish the goal. And sure, it kind of happens that way in this. But a lot of the conflict happens with how fast can Sonic go. And we know that Sonic is unparalleled in his speed, so ultimately that conflict to me feels null and void.
But his speed doesn't, win everything.
Which we saw at the beginning of the movie.
Well, yeah, but we saw that throughout the movie.
But that's only because I feel like they treated his speed inconsistently. Like, that's what I've been trying to explain this whole time.
They didn't treat his speed inconsistently. It's just that his speed isn't his the only solution to everything.
Come here, cat. You're keep messing with my shit. I'm here. Sorry.
Because, I just... They don't treat his speed inconsistently, though. Like, he's just not going all out all the time. Because he also, like it said in the movie, like, he doesn't want to fucking kill Knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
I mean, when he first meets him, he knows nothing about him. All he knows is that Knuckles and Robotnik have shown up. They've attacked his home. So he attacks back and then gets his ass handed to him.
And? He didn't go all out.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I would think someone who's trying to defend their home would go full force with what they're doing to try to defend the people that they love, you know?
Well, because he probably doesn't think he has to because he's beaten Robotnik before.
And he also does, remind me, just because I'm forgetting, in the first movie, does he do the spin dash attack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just didn't remember that part. I only asked because I feel like that attack is his ultimate attack, or at least one of his more strong attacks. And once again, it's just blocked by the hand, tucked in the hand.
Yeah, because Knuckles also super strong. And it's like strength energy.
I feel like we're about to go in a circle. Like we're about to start the argument over again.
I'm just trying to, like, the movie you want doesn't exist.
Quick question with you, Dev. What's flashing on
Yes.
your screen?
Oh, I was scrolling through Twitter.
Okay, because I've been noticing it for a little while where like your shirt highlights keep bouncing up and I'm like, what's it's ugh. There we go. Now I can't see it. Perfect. Oh, there it is.
Just gonna keep doing it to fuck with you at this point.
Sure, be bitter. I get it.
I am.
Anyone who photosensitivity, don't stare at Dev's shirt. It'll be fine.
It's not even gonna. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. But no, I don't like your critiques don't make sense to me. Because it's just like, it's essentially you just want a different movie.
What if I went on? Hey, this is going to be a completely random question. What if I was on a different podcast? Like, what if I was on the podcast mostly nitpicky? Would my critiques count then?
I don't know. We're not that podcast.
That's true.
Like, you're asking me a question that, like, I can't quantify.
Sure you can. Just because this is our podcast channel, my reviews are stupid and silly. I'm just kidding. I'm over exaggerating.
I'm not saying that. What I am saying is simply that the movie you want doesn't exist. That is what I said. Okay? I'm not saying your critiques are stupid or pointless or anything like that. I am simply just stating that your movie that you think this should be does not exist and will not exist. Because in my opinion, it would not be an enjoyable movie. Because all you would get is just Sonic going the fastest he can to solve all the solutions. And I know what you said for the end game, but they did that. They literally did what you said, and you still said they didn't do it. Like, what you described as the power of friendship ending, they literally did that. And I had to sit here and go, but they did that. Like, my brain had to go. I
also said that when I was I was like, sure, they did that at the end of the movie. Just, it wasn't quite as earnestly put together. Like, I don't know. Like, I almost would have preferred this movie as a treasure hunt. Like, Uncharted or Dora the Explorer. Like, where we have two different parties. We have Robotnik and Knuckles and then Sonic and Tails going through this adventure and doing their own thing. And then, at some point, sure, Robotnik does something stupid. Tails starts working with Sonic. Robotnik ends up getting the gem still, totally fine. And the three of them work together, and the ending of the movie still happens the same, totally fine. But, like, I almost feel like I would have preferred in the entire movie, like, Sonic only got to go fast right at the end of the movie. Like, I almost picture, like, we go here, and it's like, okay, we need to do this thing, and being able to search quickly isn't the solution. We have to do it methodically or whatever. And then it's like, we have to do this, and we have to do this. And then, like, the whole thing about, like, responsibility, this whole movie's about responsibility and like choosing to take care of people rather than thinking what you're doing is correct and right. And like I feel like they could have gotten that to that in a more like, I'm not going to say resolute because it does have a fairly decent resolution this already. But like I feel like if we took a different path, we could have had a stronger moral message, because the moral is like the moral and the message of this movie is only clear because it's spoken to us twice.
I mean, fair, I guess, but at the same time, I'm like, should movies not speak their message?
It's better to show than tell. And they're just telling us what the
I
message
feel
of the
like
movie is.
I feel like they showed it though, like him taking responsibility for action.
I feel like I also said they did resolve the resolution in the story in a way, but I feel like they could have had a better solution out there.
You always think there's a better solution. And nothing is ever good enough for you. There's never going to be anything in like I don't get it. I don't get how you can sit there and watch movies. Cuz I feel like for me if I looked at it the way you do, I would never enjoy these things. Cuz like all I would think is just pulling it apart. And it drives me up a wall because I can't do that because like I genuinely enjoyed this. I don't know how you process movies because I know you enjoyed it. Okay, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying you didn't. I
Mm-hmm.
just don't know how because all you say about a movie you enjoy is the negative shit. I don't ever hear the good shit, and then we end up at a similar score, and it drives me up a fucking wall because it's like you you just have negatives. You only brew the negativity of a movie you enjoy, and I'm like, how? How is this? How do you enjoy this then? Because all I've heard is the negative side of things. Because I don't think you've said anything outside of like the wedding that you seriously enjoyed outside of that. Like, and Robotnik. Like the rest of the movie, you've been sitting here being like, it could be better. It needs to be better. It was dumb. This isn't good. This could have been better. Like, and I don't get it. Because it's just like,
I love how we've done this for years now, and this still drives you up the wall.
it does, because it drives me up a wall. Because it's just like I can't understand how you enjoy things. Because it doesn't sound like you enjoy anything, if that makes sense.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just depressed.
And then you do that when I'm trying to come to an understanding of it, and you just make a joke every fucking time. And we end up back in this cycle, this vicious cycle where I don't understand, and then you just make a joke to just play it off.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not coming back with a joke, I've got nothing.
I want to understand, but I can't because it just because you say you enjoy it, and then I don't hear the enjoyment.
See, I did enjoy it. Stupid, silly fun, like I said. Okay. It's just like I'm just nitpicking, and like I don't know. I don't know what to tell you at this point. Like I
I know you
started
don't
this
know what
whole
to tell
thing
me.
saying like it was an enjoyable movie. But
But that's all the good you've said is the thing I'm trying to point out. Like, you enjoyed it, but this.
Mhm.
And a scroll unfolds
Mhm.
and rolls down the street.
Yeah.
Is that a fair point?
For the most, yeah. I'm glad that you're reviewing my critiquing style. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I know. Okay, motherfucker. Hmm. Like I'm trying to understand, Steven. That's what I'm trying to do here, okay? This is me
Okay.
trying to understand. Because it's like, the last movie wasn't that enjoyable, and you had nothing to say about it outside
Mhm.
of the positives,
Mhm.
and you gave it a 5. I'm gonna guess you're gonna give this like a 7 overall. Which means you're gonna give it an 8 overall with a kid point. Um, so like a movie like that, like this, has far more critique
Mhm.
and less enjoyment,
Mhm.
like that you've talked about. While the other one, you were forcing to pull enjoyment out of me.
See, the other one, I was trying to make the conversation longer than 10 minutes because we review 2 movies, not 1 movie. So,
Okay, and that's fair. But sometimes a movie, there isn't a lot that I can add to. And that was one of them because I sat there and watched it, and genuinely, I didn't remember it afterwards. Like, my brain just watched it and went, man, none of that stuck
mhm.
outside of Josh Gad being annoying as shit. Like, that is the movie to me.
Yeah, and could you imagine if that was the full review?
I mean, okay, fine. I'm sorry. Next time we watch a dumb movie that, like, I have nothing to say, I'll make shit up.
Yeah, why not? Write notes, be like, this movie was dumb. I hated every moment of it. The end, etc.
Wow, that's a hell of a review.
Yeah,
That really
yeah.
improved upon
And
what
then,
I said,
yeah,
Steven.
and then
Wow.
underneath that, talk about a couple bullet points like this was dumb, this was dumb.
Steven, I don't even, like, the problem with that one, I didn't even find it that dumb, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I just found it kind of nothing burgered. You know what I mean? There was
Mm-hmm.
nothing that I could really hate, but there's nothing that I could really enjoy, okay? In the last one.
Did you like in the last movie where after he went in the slingshot, the pig guy was like, "This is where your game ends," and then it's like, that's funny because that's where the game normally ends. We never see the birds coming back with their eggs. Ha ha. Yeah.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that was a line in the movie. And I didn't find it that funny.
It's not a funny line, no.
So why would I write it if I was taking notes?
Because you could talk about the meta contextuality of that moment in the film.
Why are you like this? Like, I get that you don't want a 10-minute review sometimes for a movie, but sometimes that's all you're gonna get out of me, and I'm sorry. We've
Mhm.
talked about this
Mhm.
because there are certain times where a movie just doesn't do anything to hate or enjoy, that it's just going to, like, there isn't much that I can add. Okay, that it's just because it's just a movie that exists, and that's how I will put it.
Mm.
Right? Like, if the movie did something I didn't enjoy, I would have talked about it more.
Mhm.
Or if it did something I enjoyed, I would have talked about it more. Like, Angry Birds 2 had the three little birds plot line, and we talked about that more than we talked about the movie.
Yeah.
Like, just gonna point that out.
The eggs were stuck on a cloud.
Like, it's not to say that I can't review a movie,
Mhm.
okay? I'm just, at certain times, there just isn't much for me to go about.
Mhm.
That's when you need to, that is when your critique can step up.
Mhm.
Because that's when you're good at that stuff.
See, but I don't.
But even you didn't have much to say about the movie, Steven.
Yeah, because in those kind of contexts, I don't enjoy just being like, I didn't like this, 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 and then you're like, yeah, I got nothing, cool. And then we move.
Well,
like,
I can add.
like
to,
I prefer.
I can go off of what.
Like this, this is fine. I like this show. I know you don't understand me, but the fact that every time I bring something up, you have an immediate response is a great podcast. Like,
Yes,
it's a great.
I'm not arguing that. Okay, and then sometimes I just don't have something else to add.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, so me ranting and rambling and having a one-sided conversation like that.
But how many times has that happened? The vice versa.
At least 5 times in the last 2 years, but like those once again, the bad stuff sticks with me, you know? So like I'll nitpick this, I'll nitpick that. Like it's there.
Like Morbius, you let me rant. Or fucking what was last year's 0.5 rating? What was that? That was
Was there another 0.5? I know you did like a 2.5.
I think there was a 0.5. Yeah, Monster Hunter.
Right.
You let me rant.
I mean, like, yeah, your rants are entertaining because they're filled with emotion and compassion and all that stuff. My rants are like monotoned and very specific about something that's so minute that only I would care about it, and that's why having someone to talk about how my critiques are so minor and have their own opinions as how something's so great, like it makes a great conversation.
I'm not arguing that, okay? I'm just
like
saying.
there's just a difference in our approaches here. Like your rants are great, my rants are boring.
Well, my critique for your critiques then is make them less boring. Fuck you.
There we go. That's all you needed.
I will fuck you. Make them less boring.
So next week when we do the show and whatever
we're
I got to
not
rant
reviewing.
on. I know. Whatever I choose to rant on. We haven't even like decided how we're gonna format next week's show. Like, are we gonna do the top 10 shit again? Are we just gonna talk about everything we liked? Are we gonna go through all the movies? Like,
I don't even know. We can discuss that a little bit after this.
We're so good at our jobs.
Yep. Anyways, I'm just gonna say this. Like, we're gonna end up with a similar score. I get it. But like, dude, I'm not like when we go to the list, you're probably gonna put this higher than you think you are.
This movie is definitely gonna be, I feel like this movie is at least top 5. At the very least. I don't, at the moment when I think of it directly to Detective Pikachu, I enjoyed Detective Pikachu. So then the next movie, video game movie underneath that, I don't remember off the top of my head. Because I'm not looking.
Sonic.
Would be the original Sonic. And is this movie better than the original Sonic? I think so, yes. So. But is it better than Detective Pikachu? Is it immediately because it's brand new and I have all the hype, the best video game movie that's ever been released? Probably not. I'm trying to like this is gonna sound stupid, but every single time that I've reviewed a movie that's got like all the hype behind it, my score has been higher in the beginning than it is later on in life. Like the first one that comes to mind is Black Panther. I gave that thing like a 10 out of 10 when it first came out. Now I think it's like an 8, maybe an 8.5.
Doing something outside and I can hear it. I mean, fair. But you also have a tendency to sometimes be harder on a movie than you originally think you should have been. And I will point again, if we're going to go Marvel references, is Avengers Infinity War. Because you immediately went into that being like, this isn't that good at all.
I mean, I still feel like my complaints, some of my complaints and critique of that movie are accurate. And if I'm going to compare it to all the other Marvel movies, Infinity War is my favorite. Other than...
Which is shocking to me, given how much you fucking eviscerated it.
Yes.
When we reviewed it.
Uh-huh.
Like...
But still, if you look at our lists, like, let's see here, MCU, Infinity War is number 4.
Yeah.
Because I have all the power in my show.
You literally put it under in Civil War. That was your decision. I wanted it above Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
That was a you choice.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know that.
Yeah. And listen, like Civil War is probably right now my second favorite. At least based off of stuff that I can like consistently watch. I haven't watched Endgame in probably over a year at this point, but I've watched Infinity War at least last year.
Fair.
And then again, once again with like Shang-Chi. I thought Shang-Chi when it first came out, amazing. And then I thought about some of the stuff a little bit more. It's like, it's still good. Not as good.
I'm just saying, sometimes you when you critique, I think you're taking the wrong message out of this, out of your critiques.
Uh-huh. See, what's gonna happen the next time we do like a big review is I'm just gonna have a full like printed out document of all my critiques, and then I'll have like my introduction sentence, my key argument, the body of my argument, and you know, we'll go full presentation on this.
I hate it here. Man, I'm just scared for the week that for the next week after that.
So no, I think in 2 weeks I'm gonna have a good time.
But my problem is, like, you say that on, like, I just because it's going to be a dumb movie, Steven.
Yeah, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna say it's dumb, it's stupid, and you should watch it. Just like I did this movie. It's dumb, it has a bunch of stupid moments in it, but you should still watch it. It's entertaining too. Hell, what was it? At the Oscars, they released the fan picks for the top 5 best hype moments in a movie. And
Fucking Justice League 1.
yeah, Justice League was the one that got number 1. And if you remember our review of that, I was the one who was like, and that was the stupidest thing that they have ever done in a movie. And Baron just like completely shut down because he was all with me until I said that. And he's like, oh, like he was offended.
I mean, let's be real. It was a cool moment in the movie.
It looked cool. I just felt like it ruined all momentum. Even though, I mean, it literally turned momentum backwards as they're going backwards in time.
I don't think it was the hypest moment of the year because, like, I don't know, fucking No Way Home happened, but I digress. The fact that the fucking Justice League Snyderverse moment beat anything in No Way Home. We had a scene with 3 Spider-Men swinging together. These 3 Spider-Men. And you put that as a fucking better moment? Fuck you, people. God, I hate the fucking Snyder heads. Because anything that has anything to do with the fucking Snyderverse, they're just there in their drove of massiveness. And then they more than likely they fucking cheated to win that. Okay?
I mean, that's literally how every award ceremony goes. You cheat to win.
Just putting that out there. Anyways, back to the movie at hand. This movie's really enjoyable, and Steven's wrong.
I got no complaints. Not wrong. So, I guess popcorn kernels, and then we move on to spoilers.
Yeah, I'm giving your popcorn kernels.
So, without the kids' point, 7.5. With the 8.5.
I was so close to being right.
You're pretty close, yeah. You
I'm
said
giving it a
7, and I was
9.
like, I have to change my score now. I'm just kidding.
I'm giving it a 9. Let's push that at a 9.
Nice.
Now the list. So we got the video game movies list. The video game list. Because there technically is one on here. I mean, Battleship technically has a video game, so it does count.
One way to put it. Yeah, it counts.
Hey, it has a video game. So, the video game list starting from number 16, working our way up. Number 16, Monster Hunter. Number 15, Resident Evil. Number 14, Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. Number 13, Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Number 12, Angry Birds 2. Number 11, Assassin's Creed. Number 10, Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. Number 9, Mortal Kombat 2021. Number 8, Pikachu, the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back. Number 7, Mortal Kombat, 1995. Number 6, Battleship. Number 5, Tomb Raider. Number 4, Uncharted. Number 3, Rampage. Number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog. And number 1, Detective Pikachu. Starting with Angry Birds. I think it's worse than Angry Birds 2.
I would agree with that.
Now the question is it worse than Lara Croft Tomb Raider?
That's the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider?
Yes.
Wow. I couldn't tell you. They're both such bad movies.
Well, the problem I'm going to say this.
Mhm.
The problem I have is that Angry Birds isn't necessarily a bad movie compared to it, but it's a more boring movie.
Yeah, with Tomb Raider, it at least has interesting more interesting moments, but I feel like the whole like A to B to C thing is a lot worse.
Uh-huh.
Sure, we can put it above Tomb Raider.
Above Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Okay.
Above
I'll
Tomb Raider,
accept that, I
below
guess.
Angry Bird.
Cool. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I say at least goes to number 2. I know you're not going to put it number 1, but
Not number 1 for sure. Yeah, why not? That works fine. I've got no
Okay.
major nitpicky one. Like that title, gotta love Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Best title out.
it's literally the name of the game. Like, literally, they're going off of the names because guess what? They're making Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles, the show.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles is literally Sonic 3's title,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember correctly. So, like, it's also a joke at the same time. Joke reference that, like, if you get it, you get it. It's kind of great. All right, so that means the list is now starting from number 18, working our way up. Is number 18, Monster Hunter. Number 17, Resident Evil. Number 16, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Number 15, Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Number 14, The Angry Birds movie. Number 13, The Angry Birds movie 2. Or Angry Birds 2. What is it actually
I
technically
think it's the
called?
Angry Birds movie 2.
Okay, I guess I do need to change that. Just give me a second.
Let me see.
It is. I just saw it. The Angry Birds movie 2. I guess that's a fucking movie title.
Terrible one.
Anyways, at number 12, Assassin's Creed. Number 11, Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. Number 10, Mortal Kombat 2021. Number 9, Pokemon the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back. Number 8, Mortal Kombat 1995. Number 7, Battleship. Number 6, Tomb Raider. Number 5, Uncharted. Number 4, Rampage. Number 3, Sonic the Hedgehog. Number 2, Sonic the Hedgehog. Number 2. And number 1, Detective Pikachu. There are a lot of movies we still have to add to this list. All of the Resident Evil ones.
But we haven't seen
I know. The Ratchet and Clank movie.
that. I
The
actually
Super
have
Mario Bros.
Seen. I can't wait
I've
for
seen
that.
it as well.
We're doing that with the new Super Mario movie.
Yes, we
So
are.
that's gonna be fun.
God, oh my God, Chris Pratt's fucking Mario. And then they said they gave it 6 months before officially announcing, no, he's gonna play Garfield. After it was rumored and then like confirmed, sort of, and then they're like, yeah, we're still gonna stick with that. You had 6 months to change direction, and you still chose Chris Pratt as Garfield. Like, why?
Yeah, I still think of
Bill Murray?
yeah.
Yeah, same. Or at least like a lower voice.
Hmm.
Like someone who could do monotone.
I don't know why, but I just thought, what if we had freaking Morgan Freeman play Garfield? That would be fun for me.
You're an idiot and I hate you.
Like, I hate him. Lasagna. Favorite.
I fucking hate you.
You can't tell me that wouldn't be funny.
I can and I will.
Yeah, there's our new list. It's a list. All right.
Broccoli beef.
Broccoli beef? What?
No broccoli beef.
Ready for spoilers?
Yeah, let's get ready to spoiler. I don't have it set up. I'm sorry. I'm ordering food. I was not prepped this morning.
There we go. Good enough.
Was it?
Good enough, I said. Let's talk Sonic the Hedgehog 2 spoilers.
Dude. We got Supersonic.
We did. We got... He's literally Super Saiyan Sonic. Like...
Not gonna lie, I did not expect that to happen.
I kind of did.
I mean, I did and I didn't, if that makes sense. Like,
that's just not how movies work. Like, they're not going to pull back and hold off something that everyone wants to see. They're like, they've got the Emerald, we've got the Sonic, we can't wait until the next movie to have them use it. Like, just gotta do it together, right now, right here.
and it was dope.
Yeah.
That post-credit scene, though.
Was, like, I thought it was dumb.
Yes. But
Like,
at the same time,
yeah, everyone in my theater was like, "Oh my god, it's him!
I
knew it was gonna be him."
I started laughing because I went, no fucking way, yes. Because, like, I can't wait, for any interaction with Sonic and Shadow, because it's going to be so fucking great. Because the moment they say, Project Shadow, I'm like, yes. Yes. Please explain this one to me, because I can't wait for them to explain how this has been there for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
It perfectly does the thing they did with Tails at the end of the last one. Like, I'm like, you fucking nailed it right there. Like, just set that shit up. So yes.
See, like, I liked the Tails one last year because, like, with Tails it made more sense. It was, he walks through a portal, he's in Green Hills. It's like, now to find Sonic, and it's like, okay, that's the exact same logic that makes sense based off of what we understand this world is doing right now. And then the end of this movie is like, all right, we did a sweep for Robotnik and we couldn't find him, so we started to delete all of his information from our computers or anything about him. And then we found a black site that's 50 years old that has Project Shadow. And, like, the director was even like, what? A hidden file? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, yeah, it happened 50 years ago. Project Shadow. It's like he knew about it the whole like, it just seems so stupid. Just because, like, because here's my thought process on that. The Echidnas had the Master Emerald until the owls attacked and killed the person. Probably not killed him. They attacked him, took the emerald, and flew away. And they went to Earth and buried the thing in Earth thousands of years ago. Then somehow, with no prior knowledge at all of these alien animals, they found some sort of super owl DNA and turned it into a fucking hedgehog. I don't know. Because that's the only thing that makes sense right now based off of what we've seen in the last two movies. Because Sonic hasn't been there for 50 fucking years, and the owls have been gone for millions of years.
Listen, it's why I can't wait for them to explain that, okay? All right?
How does this work, Doc? I don't know. It's just here now.
Yeah.
But it's been
Also,
here now for 50
by the way,
years.
we got Gun in this movie too, by the way, which is also insane to me. They have the fucking G fucking symbol and everything because it's a thing from the series, by the way. Gun is a literal thing. Guardian units of nations is like those troops you see in every fucking goddamn Sonic game. They're gun troops. And we actually got gun troops in this.
I mean, I loved the wedding. Like, the whole, everything about the wedding. The introducing of the gun troops, the freaking Project Catfish. Just, it was all, you ruin anything about my wedding, I'm gonna end you. Like, if there was another character that I loved other than Jim Carrey, it was Rachel.
That's fair.
Asha Rothwell. She was great.
Yeah, she was solid as fuck.
Yeah. Like, all of these characters did well. I guess, see, here's a complaint that I didn't have during the main review portion of the show. I could have dealt with more people, honestly. Like, I know the whole point of the movie is Sonic, and it's Sonic's adventure. But we loved the first movie because his relationship with Tom. And Tom's relationship with the others. And that, like... And now in this movie, Tom and all the other humans are, my complaint for Infinity War, are bit parts, they're one-liners.
Okay, I can't argue
bad?
with you anymore.
No.
Because you always have this critique about anything that, like, if a character doesn't have, like, a returning character doesn't have a full-fledged out role, that they are immediately a bit character. I can't argue with this anymore. I can't continually do this vicious cycle on this argument because, like, anytime a character doesn't have the same amount of screen time and, like, role as they did in a previous movie, they immediately become a bit character to you. So I can't keep having this discussion and argument. So fuck it, you win. Whatever. Everyone's a bit character if they don't have the same amount of fucking screen time and lines as they did in the last movie. Whatever. Fuck it. I can't do it. I can't do it this time. I can't. I just can't. I just fucking can't do it.
Finally won an argument on the show.
Because you legitimately, you didn't win. You've just beat me into submission because it doesn't, like, every time I bring up the fact that, like, so, like why they aren't a fucking bit character, you just go, but they only had like 3 lines. So, you know, I'm just done. Because they didn't only just have 3 lines and stuff like that, but I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to have this argument again. Because it's pointless. It gets nowhere. And you will always continually be like, anytime someone shows up in a movie that isn't there, like, they don't get a full-fledged role, is immediately a bit character. Not just like a side character or a minor character or even a cameo. They're just a bit.
Like a Vine. They're doing it for the Vine. That was the straw that broke the camel's back right there. He got so angry he couldn't even yell at me. I wouldn't say it's anger, but still. It's right in the world.
No.
Let's see here. Getting back on topic and things to spoil. I just laughed because I looked at Twitter there. I was like, I could have argued about that GIF that you used about the difference between their powers. Which, in that GIF, there is no difference.
But, oh my god. If Sonic wanted to go all out, he could have, but he's choosing not to.
In that instance,
why is
yes.
this so hard to understand?
It's not hard to understand. I feel like you're not listening to all of my argument. You're listening to most of it.
Okay, yes, but your argument is that he should be going all out.
Yes, but like at that moment in the movie, it makes sense that he's not trying to go all out. Like, I mean, he's still at that point. He hasn't had any relationship with Knuckles. They're still arch enemies as far as they know. But like, I can understand that he's not trying to kill people. Our shades of gray.
Okay, sure, yes, but like, I don't know how to argue it without getting so just deep into like power, like types and stuff like that. Would be a very long conversation that I don't know if I want to have. Because then I have to start bringing up I have to go to start going to like wikis and shit like that, and I don't want to do that. But just understand that like Sonic's not gonna go all out all the time, and I know you understand that in that scene, but it's like he is also a kid. uh,
I think I've. All right, I could say we've beaten the dead horse enough at this. At least when it comes to that. I'm trying to think. Anything else worth really talking over?
about the emeralds for a little bit. That's cool.
Okay. I was actually kind of surprised that they went to the extent of showing us all of the Chaos Emeralds individually. Like, we got to see the Master Emerald destroyed, and then we got to see all the 7 individual emeralds. That kind of surprised me. I figured that they were going to actually just keep it as the one Master Emerald, and that's that. Like, that's all. Or, another solution that I thought might have happened if I was thinking that they were going to have all 7, which I wasn't, so that's what surprised me. But, like, if knowing that they do have all 7, I mean, theoretically, just to make you angry again, Sonic could have just taken one and all the problems with it.
They were all in the Master Emerald. How would he have taken one?
See. Like,
no, hold on. Explain.
like the main conflict at that, like, I'm thinking about it in the movie, right when it happens, is Sonic picks up the emerald, shatters apart in front of him, and then with the power of family and friendship, he's able to absorb them to do the Super Saiyan thing. But like, even if all we changed was he took an emerald and he ran away, I know that's not what Sonic would have done. Like, it still would have eventually stopped the end of the movie. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that he should have taken the Master Emerald, destroyed it, and taken one of the gems and ran off. But it's just another option as to the solution of the film at some point that could have happened. Like, I wonder if that's something that they talked about in pre-production. Like, when he breaks it apart, are we gonna have an Avengers find the Infinity Stones moment, or like, is it ever gonna break apart? Or like, there's behind the scenes stuff that I'm curious about with the context of what happens in the movie. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, they probably didn't talk about that
mm-hmm.
because you want to know what their goal was?
Make a kids movie.
Supersonic.
Supers.
You know what doesn't get supersonic?
Hmm.
Him taking an emerald and running.
Yeah.
And letting his parents die.
Yeah. His parents would have been squished, and Green Hills would have been destroyed. But eventually they would have stopped him.
I am gonna say though, fucking dope that we got the actual Robotnik like giant mech.
Yeah, that was cool.
Also, I love seeing Robotnik in the other Robotnik fits from the shows.
I enjoy. Yeah,
That
when
was
he was like
funny.
scrolling through the computer and it's like we got the
Yeah.
different outfits. Yeah, I liked
And we
Fat
saw the one
Robotnik.
from we saw Sonic X and Sonic the regular Sonic uh Eggman looks
Mm.
on Jim Carrey, and I'm like, you know what? Good on you, movie. I would never expected a Sonic X fucking reference, but you did it. Not Sonic X. Sorry, that's Sonic. God, what's fucking Sonic show is that? Is that Sonic X? No, Sonic X is the one that was more modern era.
I'll type Sonic X in.
Yeah, that's the modern show one. Well, we did see that too. God, what was the one before that? Is it Sonic Underground?
I can't
Yeah,
freaking.
Sonic Underground.
Okay, yeah, we got the big red suit from. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, which Robotnik was it? Which just had the big giant Team Rocket R on his.
I thought it was Sonic Underground, but now I'm just trying to figure out which one it was.
Yeah, I was about to say Sonic Underground. He has the white or the yellow like Pokeball type thing.
Because I know I've seen Eggman in that outfit before. But now I'm trying to remember where.
Doctor Robotnik outfit. Let's see. Big R. Oh, yeah, I have no idea.
Huh.
I mean, it could have been an original design.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't see it.
It might be Eggman Nega kind of look.
Let me double check real fast. Why not? Eggman. It's similar. I almost feel like the one with the R was more like punk rockish, and like it had the
Right?
spikes and.
That's why I thought it was fucking Underground.
I just saw a picture. It's Eggman in a Sonic costume. It looks ridiculous. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I do like in the video games since I've never really played the Sonic games. Does 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 Eggman ever actually get the Mastered Emeralds? Like all of them? And like does he get a super form?
I mean, sometimes he gets the Chaos Emeralds, yeah.
Does he turn green when he has the Chaos Emerald in the games?
I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because that was actually one of my favorite things about the movie was the subtle detail of them just becoming inverse colors when they got the Mastered Emerald. Like I said, Robotnik turns from red to green, Sonic turns from blue to gold, and he also has his green eyes turn red. So like, it's literally the exact opposite. If Knuckles got the Mastered Emeralds, he'd turn Super Saiyan blue. And I don't know
No,
where
he
to go
turned
from.
Super Saiyan green.
Sorry, yeah, Super Saiyan green. My apologies. He would become Broly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
If Tails got it, he'd become. That's what it was. Yeah, I don't see that Robotnik outfit. Let's see. Other things to talk about. The Sonic movie. And talk about. Okay, to talk. How'd you feel about the intro to the movie? With like, I thought it was cute.
I enjoyed it.
Hero, kinda. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was good. My food's almost here.
airplane thing was fine. Fighting was. Yeah, I got nothing else really. We've essentially talked about everything else I want. Oh,
Okay.
all right. So, whoop, I hit a button a while ago. I wonder how long I've been on that screen. All right, and now we're here. News wrap up. Everything else that's fun and important to talk about. Woo, stuff to talk about. So, when it's coming to movie news and whatnot, things that people are talking about, Stranger Things season 4. That's going to be coming out soon, I suppose.
Still haven't watched any of it.
Yeah, I've only seen the first season. What was it? There's an interview going around with Macy Williams right now, with British GQ is the website, and apparently she's advertising a new movie that she's gonna, or a new TV show that she's gonna be in called Pistol, Pistol, and she's been getting a lot of hype off of it because everyone still considers her a child, and she's gonna be topless in that show. So that I bring it up because that reason specifically. It's because of the internet being angry at a lady just being herself. I guess I don't know. So don't be that stupid asshole who tries to tell women what they can and can't do, what they can and can't wear. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, literally the title for the interview, or like the main quote, is I want to be in the show because I'm the best person to do the show, not because I'm the only girl who will take her top off.
Talking about who?
Macy Williams.
Macy Williams.
She was the kid actress, Arya Stark in Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where at the end of the series she has her sex scene and everyone went crazy because they're like, ah. And then now that she's an adult and doing adult roles, people are like, ah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Oh,
People are weird.
people are weird. Don't be dumb. Let people grow up and experience life and do their own thing. It's the same thing that happens with every female star. Like, they change one thing about themselves and everyone throws a cow. Hell, they might not even change anything about themselves. They just might dress differently suddenly. And they're the exact same person, just everyone hates them. Hell, like, Here's a really weird tangent. Zooey Deschanel. She's still Zooey Deschanel, but she doesn't style her hair with bangs anymore, so people don't like her anymore. Good times. Terrible times. Don't be that asshole.
Yeah.
Here's an article from IndieWire. It came out today. And it says, the headline, I'm reading this just because I think it's funny. J.K. Rowling says she's been canceled. But the new books and film series say another story. So J.K. Rowling's feeling bad for herself, which is fine.
She can go fuck herself.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't pity a person who's literally joined like a group that has said that like Elliot Page is just a confused lesbian.
Which is stupid.
Yeah. That like, oh, well, Elliot shouldn't have had to cut off their breasts and change their name and this and that. They're just lesbian. But pressured into doing this. It's totally not because they are who they are.
Literally, there was an interview a long time ago at this point where when it was Elliot Page who went out and came talking about them being trans. And the first article that I read was an interview with Patrick Stewart, because Patrick Stewart has been in a movie with Elliot Page before the transition. And Patrick Stewart was like, I was kind of a dick to Elliot Page at first, like during the production, because they just seemed like a shy person who didn't want to be there and was kind of doing this, that, and like they weren't doing anything wrong with the movie necessarily, but Sir Patrick Stewart didn't like the way that they were reacting and like doing the role and just like existing, I guess. And then once Elliot came out as trans, Patrick Stewart like released an interview apologizing, being like, I was a terrible person to you, and I didn't understand what you were going through, and I apologize for anything that I might have possibly done. And like, I feel like that's a good response. Don't get me wrong. His initial response to just someone not feeling right in their own skin is a bit upsetting and dickish. But at least he immediately came out and was like, I fucked up and I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean,
More accepting of what people are.
agreed. There would be a fucking easy solution to that, but you know, that can't happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, another bit of fun news. Ezra Miller. You know Ezra Miller.
Oh, do we have to talk about Ezra Miller?
We don't really have to talk about what he did. Just let the world know that after his movie in 2023 of The Flash, because that movie's already been pushed back again, they're probably not going to have him be The Flash anymore.
I mean, DC really is fucking like just not done well.
Do you want to be held or not?
My food is outside. My food is outside.
Cool. All right. Nothing else important, I guess. Yeah, nothing else important that I could see in the news. So let's talk about next week. Ooh, next week.
Or we were having the Harry Potter talk.
Yeah. So we'll talk anything and everything that we want about Harry Potter, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
We'll let you know later. We'll let you know the day of the show as it's happening. We'll be like, so we decided we're going to do this.
Yep.
So, enjoy. Watch the stuff.
All right.
Yep. Like, comment, subscribe. Maybe watch all the Harry Potter movies. I'm not gonna.
No, I'm not. Don't watch all the Harry Potter movies.
Watch them if you already own them. Don't rent them if you have to watch. How about that? All right.
There you go.
So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, ring the bell. I don't know, all that internet stuff, and we'll see you next week for our Harry Potter discussion.
Yep.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.